Hello everyone, welcome back to Xylem, welcome back to the world of English. My name is Nasser Faruddin, Faculty of English, and I will be helping you cover the entire syllabus for your upcoming English examination. Actually, this is a series of videos and I have already covered all the pros from our two core textbooks, okay, and we are starting the poems here. And if you haven't watched the previous videos, do check the video section and consider subscribing the channel for the upcoming videos. And here we begin with the poem Amanda by Robin Klein. Amanda. What is this poem, Amanda? Let's see. Overview of the poem. Overview of the poem Amanda. The poem's central theme is the the upbringing of a child. The central idea of the poem is the upbringing of a girl child named Amanda. Parents should teach right and wrong and instill good manners while also respecting the child's individuality. Parents have all the ability to control the children, right? We agree with that. But they should respect the individuality of the child as well. Excessive instructions and control make children resentful, bored, and disinterested. As a result, they listen half-heartedly, indulge in fantasies, may become stubborn. Too much scolding causes them to ignore elders' instructions. Let's see the poem. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. There is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid, drifting blissfully. Here, the parent, can be mother or a father, is instructing or rather ordering Amanda to do this or don't do these things. Okay, you know what is hunch? Hunch means to bend, and slouch means to sit or stand with drooping posture. Okay, so I'm slouching right now. And what is languid? Languid means relaxed, and drifting means moving slowly, and blissfully means happily. So in each stanza you have two areas. One is the real life instruction or the ordering of the mother, and the imagination of the child Amanda. The speaker, likely Amanda's guardian, mother or father, is giving Amanda a series of instructions on how to behave, such as not biting her nails, sitting up straight, and avoiding slouching. These commands reflect social expectations about proper behavior and self-presentation. Amanda, however, is daydreaming and mentally escaping to a fantasy world. She's escaping to a fantasy world of her own. She imagines herself as a mermaid, a Malsakanika, drifting blissfully in a languid emerald sea, in a calm emerald sea, which contrasts with the practical corrections given to her. The fantasy world represents Amanda's desire to escape from the constraints and expectations imposed on her reality or on her in her reality. The poem highlights Amanda's longing for freedom and the tension between her imagination and the adult world's demands. Okay, it's a simple poem, but we can interpret the poem like this. And did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. And the imagination part. I'm an orphan roaming the street. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden. The freedom is sweet. Hushed means very quiet and still. Okay? And the speaker repeatedly asks Amanda if she has completed various tasks such as finishing her homework, tidying her room, and cleaning her shoes. The repetition of Amanda highlights the speaker's concern or frustration with her. Amanda responds inwardly, imagining herself as an orphan living freely without the rules and expectations placed on her. She envisions herself, imagines herself roaming the streets where she feels peaceful and unburdened, undisturbed. The soft dust and bare feet symbolizes her yearning or wish, longing for a simple, carefree life. Okay? And Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you, Amanda? I am Rapunzel. You might have seen Rapunzel. I have not a care. Life in the towers is tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. So here acne means pimples and Rapunzel is a character from a fairy tale. You must have watched that movie Tangled. Tranquil means calm. Okay. The mother repeatedly instructs Amanda, warning her not to eat chocolate because of her acne. The mother expresses frustration that Amanda is not paying attention and asks her to look at her while speaking. Amanda daydreams about being a Rapunzel, a character living carefree in a tranquil tower, symbolizing her desire for freedom and escape. She imagines herself in a peaceful, worry free life, contrasting with the controlling nature of her mother's scolding. Okay, and we'll discuss the next poem, which is, no, not the next poem, the poetic devices. I'm sorry, give me a sec. No, there is one more part. Yeah. Stop. Yeah, we have covered this, right? Yeah, sorry. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You're always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. So here sulking means be in a bad mood, and nag means harass anyone constantly to do something that they are, you know, averse to, they don't like to do. So that is nagging. Nagging is a very popular word. And in the last stanza of the poem, the mother tells Amanda to stop sulking and complains about her being moody all time. She also suggests that Amanda might think she constantly nags her, highlighting, you know, the tension between them. The mother is frustrated with Amanda's behavior while Amanda seems to be lost in her own thoughts and emotions. Okay, and now we'll discuss the poetic devices, and we have the rhyme scheme of the poem. It is AABACCC. You can check it. AABACCC, and we have anaphora. What is anaphora? Repetition of the same word at the beginning of two or more lines. So that is anaphora. So dawn repeated in the lines 1, 2 of first stanza. Did repeated in lines 1, 2 of the third stanza. All these are examples for anaphora, and we have repetition. The name Amanda has been repeated in the stanza 1, 3, 5, and 7. Okay. So these are two stanzas. They are considering this as separate stanzas. Okay. Right. So we'll count like that. And we have metaphor in the poem. The poetic device is used when a covered comparison and an indirect comparison is made between two different things or ideas. For instance, in this poem, the poet uses the device of metaphor in second, fourth, and sixth stanzas as Amanda compares herself first with a mermaid, then with an orphan, and with Rapunzel. So all these are examples for metaphor. And allusion. What is allusion? An allusion in a poem is a reference to something outside the poem, such as a famous person, event, place, or work of art, literature, or history. Here, allusion of a mermaid and Rapunzel. So both these are examples for, allusion and alliteration. Here, stop that slouching. Here, S sound is sit up straight. S sound is repeated. Life in a tower is a tranquil and rare. So T sound is repeated. So these are examples for alliteration. What is alliteration? What is alliteration? Sorry. A repetition of initial consonant sounds in nearby words. So that is alliteration. And we are moving on to the next poem, which is For Anne Gregory or For Anne Gregory by W.B. Yeats or William Butler Yeats. Okay, let's read the poem straight. Never shall a young man thrown into despair by those great honey-colored ramparts at your ear love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. People, I want you to pause this video and read this again and see whether you can, extract any meaning out of this. Here, despair means sadness and ramparts means the high, wide wall around the castle. Forte. Okay? Right. So, what is this about? The speaker. Okay, here we have a speaker, and the speaker is talking with Anne Gregory. So, the speaker tells Anne Gregory that no young man who is deeply captivated by her physical beauty, specifically her honey-colored hair, will truly love her for her inner self. Now, people are loving you for your external appearance, not for your inner self. The poet talks to Anne Gregory, who is a gorgeous, a beautiful, pretty girl. The ramparts at your ear metaphor compares her golden hair to a fortress or defense, implying that her outward beauty overshadows her inner qualities. Her outward beauty overshadows her inner qualities. The speaker laments that men are often more attracted to appearance than to a person's true nature, the inner qualities. I don't know about that. But I can get a hair dye. Okay, this is the Amanda part. Amanda is speaking here. I'm sorry, Anne Gregory is speaking here. But I can get a hair dye and set such color, the brown or black or carrot, that young men in despair may love me for myself alone and not my yellow hair. Okay? And Anne Gregory responds by saying that she can change a hair color to brown, black, or even carrot red if that will make people love her for her true self, inner self, and not just for her golden hair, her external appearance, outer beauty. This shows a belief that by altering her external appearance, she can prevent superficial attraction and ensure that someone loves her for who she really is. It also reflects her desire to be valued for her inner qualities rather than her beauty. It's already understood. And I heard an old religious man by yesternight declare that he had found a text to prove that only God, my dear, could love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. Okay? The speaker counters Anne Gregory's belief by quoting a religious man's words which he heard last night, yesternight. The religious man said that only God can truly love a person for their inner self without being influenced by external appearance like her golden hair. This implies that human love is inherently flawed and often superficial, whereas divine love is pure and unconditional. The speaker suggests that no matter how much Anne changes her physical appearance, humans will still judge her based on her external attributes. Okay, I hope you have understood the poem, and I have also prepared a very short summary of the poem here. You can read this after the class. And thank you everybody for watching. You can scan this QR code for free handwritten notes, and I have also prepared an MCQ question, a test series based on these two poems. Do check the description box and attempt the test. And thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.